Photographer Anastasia Taylor-Lind is a photojournalist whose main focus is what she describes as long-form narrative reportage. She is a National Geographic magazine contributor and also works for The Guardian. Her big break came with this photo of Gashar Ghaffar, a Peshmerga soldier stationed at a checkpoint in Iraq. It was taken in September of 2003. Taylor-Lind was 22 years old at the time. As you can see, a low camera angle has been selected for this photograph, which makes the subject, Ghaffar, seem powerful. Approximately 2/3 of the image are sky, and the rest of the background is a grayish color, which makes the subject stand out. The road which disappears into the background establishes a one-point perspective, which adds depth to the image. In 2014, the Euromaidan Revolution began. That summer, Taylor-Lind traveled to eastern Ukraine on assignment from National Geographic. While there, she struggled with the loss of identity that people in war zones face. She cites this photograph of Mykolai as an example. He lost his leg in an explosion and is in the hospital waiting for a visit from his physiotherapist. The camera angle is from above, so the viewer is looking down at the subject, who appears to be making eye contact with the camera. But that is not the focus of the image. The rule of thirds makes the focus of the image Mykolai's injury, and if the viewer was to imagine a grid over the image now, they would be able to see that he is lying along that bottom line. This next photograph is part of a series that Taylor-Lind worked on, which focused on the Siberian supermodel industry and the people behind it. The photographs that Taylor-Lind took as a part of this series were published in the book Questions Without Answers, and are also part of a film created for FIDA. This photograph is unsettling. This feeling is achieved by juxtaposition betwixt many elements of the photo. There is a contrast between the background and the subjects which is stark. The viewer is able to see that the pale model is framed by the dark room behind her, and the videographer, who is wearing all black, is set apart from the white wall that is behind him. There is also a contrast between the videographer, who is fully clothed in pants and a turtleneck shirt, and the model, who is wearing a bikini and high heels. There is also a contrast between the idea of the modeling industry that perhaps the viewer holds, one that is likely glamorous, and the more modest, old-fashioned location of this particular shoot, which has become the backdrop for this photograph. This final image, taken from Taylor-Lind's project titled 5K from the Front Line, is a series that is once again based in eastern Ukraine. This photograph features Victor and his mother Elena in their summer kitchen, where the family now lives due to damage that their house sustained. The lighting in this image is somewhere between hard and soft. It draws the viewer's attention to Victor's face and creates a contrast between the dark shadows on the left side of the image and the rest of the room. Taylor-Lind has also chosen a unique angle here. She's shooting from the height of the table, which is visible but blurry and obscured into the background. This angle adds depth to the image and allows for the viewer to pick up on the context of the kitchen while leaving the focus on her subject. She is working to incorporate the photographs that she takes as a part of this project into the Eyewitness to Atrocities app, which maps the violations that continue to take place and impact the people living in this area. Her unique, narrative-based approach to photography adds a personal element to traditional war photography, where the individual is often lost. In conclusion, she's a photographer who uses written, oral, and visual modes to convey her ideas. Her photographs are interpretive and ethically evaluative. Her work is significant because it breaks out of the mold that photographers have been using for ages when photographing in conflict zones. Her photographs invoke a level of human connection, and I believe that by using innovative methods, such as the Eyewitness to Atrocities app, Taylor-Lind and other photographers like her will play an important role in changing the policies that govern conflict around the world.